A heated confrontation. Misgendering sparks outrage in congressional hearing. The calm facade of a U.S. House subcommittee hearing on arms control, national security, and U.S. aid to Europe shattered into a heated exchange, leaving a stark reminder of the deep partisan divisions gripping American politics. The flashpoint? Republican Representative Keith Self of Texas misgendering Representative Sarah McBride, the first openly transgender member of Congress. The hearing, intended to focus on critical issues like reviewing U.S. assistance to Europe and reforming State Department policies amidst escalating global tensions, particularly concerning the Trump administration's relationship with European allies and its negotiations with Russia regarding the Ukraine war, was unexpectedly hijacked by a deeply personal and politically charged confrontation. Representative Self, chairing the subcommittee, referred to Representative McBride as Mr. McBride, a blatant disregard for her gender identity. This seemingly minor act ignited a firestorm. Representative McBride, a Democrat representing Delaware and elected in November 2022, immediately challenged Self's misgendering, a direct confrontation that left the normally staid atmosphere of the hearing room charged with tension. The incident wasn't confined to a private rebuke. A senior Democrat on the committee also intervened, publicly challenging Self's actions and expressing solidarity with McBride. This incident is far from an isolated occurrence. The targeting of transgender individuals, particularly within the political arena, has become increasingly prevalent, especially under the Trump administration. The former president's administration actively pursued policies aimed at undermining transgender rights, making it a central plank of the Republican Party platform. This included explicit attacks on transgender troops, restrictions on official gender recognition, and a highly publicized declaration during Trump's inauguration speech affirming a binary definition of gender, male and female, followed by a corresponding executive order. Representative McBride has faced repeated instances of misgendering on the House floor, predominantly from Republican members. The blatant disregard for her identity extends beyond verbal attacks. She has even been the target of legislation, most notably a bill proposed by Representative Nancy Mace of South Carolina to ban transgender women from using women's restrooms on Capitol Hill. This discriminatory bill, mirroring the increasingly hostile environment faced by the transgender community, reflects a broader political strategy. Such attacks, however, are not merely personal affronts, they are calculated political maneuvers. Representative McBride has strategically chosen her battles, acknowledging that these attacks often serve as calculated distractions from more substantive policy debates that negatively impact ordinary Americans. In an interview with CBS, she stated, "I think we are all united that attempts to attack a vulnerable community are not only mean-spirited, but really an attempt to misdirect. Because every single time we hear the incoming administration or Republicans in Congress talk about any vulnerable group in this country, we have to be clear that it is an attempt to distract." The underlying political strategy is evident. While some Republicans have reportedly expressed private support for Representative McBride, this has not translated into public defense against the more overt attacks. This silence speaks volumes about the prevailing political climate and the calculated use of division as a tool to overshadow critical policy discussions. The New York Times reported that while some Republicans have shown private acceptance, this has yet to manifest publicly, reinforcing the perception of a strategic silence. Representative Self's public posting of a video of the confrontation, echoing Trump's executive order on gender, further underscores the deeply entrenched nature of this political strategy. By focusing on identity politics, the focus is deflected from critical policy discussions, allowing certain narratives and policy proposals to move forward without substantive challenge. The incident highlights the growing chasm in American society, exposing the stark reality of politically motivated attacks on transgender rights and the calculated use of misgendering as a tool of political division. It underscores the need for a more inclusive and respectful political discourse, moving beyond partisan bickering to address the urgent issues facing the nation and the world. The hearing's intended focus on critical international relations issues was completely overshadowed by the blatant disrespect shown to Representative McBride, forcing a critical conversation that was both intensely personal and broadly political. The events serve as a stark reminder of the power dynamics at play in American politics and the challenges faced by marginalized communities navigating a complex and often hostile political landscape. The question remains: how can substantive policy discussions proceed amidst such deeply ingrained political divisions and personal attacks?